see someone's planning their turn here.
Maybe.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Role Players Guild. To let you know how tonight is going, I rolled a 2, a 2, and a 3, so I'm gonna be off to a good start tonight. We are jumping in with Dream Dealers of Fairhaven, DM Jason's very own campaign. So, we'll start off with the fact that I am Beluga, your guildmaster here at the Role Players Guild, and I'm playing Mark V, a Warforged. Alex, to you with Lauren on deck. God, I don't know why I keep saying Lauren lately.
Yes. I am Alex. I will be playing your nature cleric, stars druid, multi-class lizard folk. Island. Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura. My cousin's name is Lauren, if that helps at all. I'm playing Gilzeth, the autognome.
It only helps if you actually like your cousin.
I do like her. She's nice.
Then it helps. It's not an insult.
Okay. Soul Knife. Autognome Soul Knife. That's what Gilzeth is. I always keep calling it Soul Blade for some reason. It's fine. Anyways, it's Scott's turn now.
I'm B's spouse. B is elsewhere. I'm at least playing Saf or Elspeth, the sorceress who hates everything and thinks it needs to die with lightning. I may be playing Justice as well, in which case, hope y'all are ready for the bad Southern accent. Jason?
Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Jason. I am your DM, and welcome to an exciting action-packed adventure-filled episode of Dungeons & Dragons, where we have been exploring the realm of Eberron, specifically the city of Fairhaven. And tonight, you have all been investigating some strange occurrences that have been happening in the city of Fairhaven. Strange people started acting very differently than how they ought to be. There were acts of violence. There were strange atrocities that were committed. There were strange acts of just random behaviors. These adventurers, y'all, were called in to investigate these strange occurrences and are slowly peeling back the layers of a deeper mystery. A terrible conspiracy that could affect all of Corvair. And in the micro scene of it all, you all began to explore. Your investigation led you to this textile factory, where you were stepping in through the causeway, opened up a door into the main administration room here, and were set upon by 4 individuals. Each of them seemed to be dressed as factory workers, perhaps factory administrators, and they are charging you. We have here Xylek, who stands in the doorway with these 4 personages moving in towards you. How will you react? What will you do?
I am planning on casting Thunderwave at 2nd level.
Okay.
So that is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yes, Constitution 16 saving throw.
Okay. You got it. And did that reach all of them?
So
right, Thunderwave.
It's a 15-foot cube.
Okay, gotcha.
So it should be able to hit either. I can hit 3 out of the 4.
Okay.
I can't get all.
All right.
Because I don't think
right,
this
so we'll
square template works.
All right. So we'll say these 3.
I'm gonna go after this group.
Okay. All right, you got it. Okay, so
second
right.
level means I get to add a D8 to it, so it's 3d8 thunder damage.
Okay, and the spell save DC again?
16.
All right.
Constitution.
Okay. Got the first roll. Second. and the third. All right. So this one here, the one that is closest to you, he sees you kind of beginning to just kind of like wave your hands and beginning to cast that incantation, and he reacts very quickly, quickly moving out of the way, ducking into this corner to avoid the blast. The other two aren't so fast. They are hit with the full impact of the blast. As that damage reverberates through.
So yes, even the one who saved it, he's going to take half.
Okay.
So it's 18 points total.
Okay.
And 9 for the save, and the
Okay.
2 that failed get pushed back 15 feet.
Okay. All right. So this one,
And it's a thunderous clap. It sounds identical to that of like a natural rainstorm or a thunderstorm that goes through.
Got it.
Brown.
Okay.
And I just turn my head back to Justice and Mark V. I'll give a quick glance to them and say, "We have company."
All right. Good. All right. Moving back through there. So these two are moved back. Sorry, how far back was it they were pushed?
Should be 15 feet.
Okay. All right. So they're both pushed. This one flies, hits the door, and you just kind of see the imprint.
It's 10 feet.
And is it 10 feet?
Yeah,
okay.
10 feet.
All right. Did not hit the door, but is thrown back, and does not do well trying to stay on their feet, and lands on the floor, crashing against the wooden planks of the floor. This one is pushed back onto the desk. You see him kind of fall back over the desk. His booted feet kind of fly up in the air as he kind of tries to flail and try to get himself back up, and neither of them are successful. These two are both knocked prone.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and drop into some initiative. Let me clear this board real quick from the last battle, and there we go. There we go. And I'll go ahead and run.
That overwrote mine.
Run the same initiative for each of these.
That 4 is.
Oh, it did. I'm sorry.
No, that was. I rolled a 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I accidentally rolled in the thing. Oh, I don't. Can you just right click on Mark V and add them, and I will.
You bet.
I haven't done the character sheet in here yet, so I don't have any of the stats in here.
Okay.
Public service announcement that although I did roll in the initiative tracker a 21, my initial D20 roll was a 19, and my initial actual dice roll was a 15, and I'm using the 15.
You can go in there and like double click on the 21, Laura, and you can change it.
Does that do
Justice.
it?
Yeah.
Justice had the 4, and I can't alter that in the turn.
Okay.
I put
there we go.
Back.
Okay.
There we go.
Right, like so?
Yep.
All right. DM rolled a 13. Okay. Everybody on the turn order?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right, Mark V.
Yeah.
So you're kind of the quickest to react, and something is just kind of, this is the first time in a very long time that you've seen any kind of a combat situation, and you just kind of feel certain subroutines moving through your frame. and it's just this like within your vision, you almost see this like a targeting interface appear. And certain pieces kind of light up in red within your vision. There's trouble about. What will you do?
Okay, so like I can't see in. I just know that there's combat going on inside, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I made it painfully clear.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Massive thunder clap.
Never would have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have?
Guys, I think there's a rainstorm in that room.
I need to calculate that.
Yeah, the whole textile factory just turns into a rainforest cafe.
Did I ever do my spell?
There you go.
Oh, it tanked in value.
I used to. There was never a rainforest cafe very near me, but
shit.
like that's where I always wanted to go for birthday. When I was a kid.
They opened a rainforest cafe right outside of Animal Kingdom and Disney World, and that was a choice with a capital C.
So I apparently forgot to choose my spells. So I have like 2 cantrips and whatnot, and so I'm just gonna do what one of the things I did choose was. Wait, hold on. Let me just make sure I do this right. And then when it's other people's turns, I will pick the rest of my spells.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that one. I'll do that one then. Okay, how many is it? I am level 7. Okay.
7.
Yeah, aren't you guys level 7?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I just got confused for a split second there because I'm level 5 in one class, 2 in another. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I just had to see. Okay, I'm going to step here.
Okay.
And I'm going to at the guy straight ahead, since he's my easiest target. I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Quick question.
Yes.
How tall are you, Xylek?
I'm like 5'6", 5'5". I'm short.
Okay.
So,
And Mark 5?
Medium-sized creature.
Yeah, I'm still medium.
I did not write it down. I would say I'd be like right about 6 foot.
Okay. All right. So to hit, it's going to be just a little more difficult because you do have a lizard folk kind of directly in your path. You can definitely see your enemy kind of flailing back and trying to rise up on their feet. You're getting a little bit of a
is he on the ground? Sorry, I'm like
he is on the ground.
Oh, okay.
So there is that. However, however, if you have the movement, you can move through friendly units. You just can't end your turn in their same space.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna instead not go as far, and I will get this guy over here in the corner.
Okay. A little difficult, but you might be able to.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there.
He's at least on his feet, right?
He's on his feet.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a clear shot of his. You do have a clear shot of his head.
All right. That I can at least do. All right.
Okay.
Action. So Eldritch Blast. That's gonna be a 9 and a 23.
Okay.
So I'm gonna assume that just the 9 hits.
The 23.
Or the 23. Yes, sorry.
All right.
One of them.
You are
hits.
correct. Yep. You are correct. So the 23, the one that rolled the 23, was that the first one, the second one that you hit?
I technically rolled them at the same time, but I consider that my second one.
Okay. All right. So the first one, that fires. Let's see. Actually hits Xylik right in the back of the head, knocking you just a little bit forward. And that second one clears the path right away. Clears the path for the second one to strike. It was just too close as a direct line there. What is the damage on those?
Oh, do you want me to roll the damage for the one that hit Xylik too?
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
It was right in the path.
Okay, the one that hit Xylik is going to be 7 damage.
Okay.
And the one that hits the guy is only going to be 4 damage. Sorry, guy, hit you harder.
Oh. Alrighty. All right, so Xylik, you're just kind of standing there figuring out what comes next, and boom, you're hit in the very back of the head with just this ghostly, painful energy, severing a little bit of, just kind of like knocking you out a little bit, or knocking the wind out of you just a bit, for 7 points. And you see the second beam, Mark 5. You see your second Eldritch Blast beam pummel through, and just pelts your enemy directly in the head. He lets out a yelp, and his head's kind of thrown back a little bit. You see him look around. You see his eyes dart around furiously, and then he just kind of tries to focus on the door. He's not sure he has a clear view of you just yet, but his gaze is focused on, just kind of in this direction, like so. Okay. Cool. Anything else on your turn, Mark 5?
I don't think so right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick my spells while you guys continue.
All right. Yeah, good. Okay, we pass the turn to Elsbeth. Tell us what you'll do.
I am actually going to pass the turn to Gilzef, who wins the Dex tiebreaker.
I do. Sorry,
Okay.
my Dex is 19. Thank you, though.
Okay. You were 19?
I promise.
I see 19 here.
No, it would be 50. We both rolled a 15, but the higher Dex goes, and Gilzef has a 19 Dex. Yeah, that's why I've got the 0.16, is because I keep the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still need to figure out how to do that. I'll do it eventually. But I won't end the combat for you, so you'll still have stuff to do. I'm not that powerful. I am going to dash in a sort of walking manner over to here. Xylik, you have a tail, right?
That I do.
Can you describe your stance with your tail?
So I'm standing in a partial bent at the knee, kind of like a readied combat stance. I have my shield in front of me, and you see like my hand is extended downward, where like you can see just like the faint crackling of natural lightning around my clawed hand as I just finished casting that spell, and my tail is just idly swaying behind me, outward, like pointing in your direction.
With your hand down, do you think you have room between your legs for me to see anything? I'm 2 foot tall.
Yeah, maybe.
Cool. In that case, my knives have a more limited range than just a regular dagger. They have, a 60-foot range, and that's it. But I'm pretty sure I have plenty of room to hit this guy, yes. So I am just going to, if I may, attempt to throw both of my soul knives at this guy. That would be a main hand attack and then an offhand attack.
Okay.
So I have a 6 + 7 is 13 plus 10 is 23, and a 24, 25 to hit.
Okay. 25 to hit.
A 23 to hit with my main hand, and a 25 with my offhand.
Okay. All right. So yeah, those are both very clear hits, and really expert skill. Firing those directly right through the legs and tail of Xylek. They both impact your target. What is the damage?
And the damage is, I do not have sneak attack on this guy, so it's just going to be 10 psychic damage, and then offhand does not include the damage bonus, correct?
Correct, unless you have the dual wielder feat.
Right. So then it is a 2. So
Okay.
a total of 12 psychic damage. And Xylek,
Okay.
all you see is just 2 dagger-shaped displacements in the air straight through your legs. Not like through your legs, but like, between your legs.
I do a quick hop to avoid getting hit again by friendly fire.
Hey, I shot below you instead of above you. I figured since I was short, that was going to be easier. I got you.
All right. Yeah, so sending those psychic, those blades in through, they sail through the air and just sizzle into your opponent, who was kind of busy clamoring and trying to get themselves up off the floor.
And then I am going to move to the side, to the other side of, so, because when I was running over here in a sort of walking manner, I did notice that Elspeth was going to be behind me, and I decided I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
that's my
right.
turn.
Okay. All right. It is good. Okay, so with that, they each begin to, let's see, we'll start with this one, who just kind of jumped out of the way and tried to avoid whatever nastiness this lizard folk stepping through the door was about to try and cast, which they did, and he kind of watched his 3 friends kind of get hit by that awful wave of magic and that horrible thundering sound. He comes forward with a blade and begins to try and strike. Let's see. At this new assailant.
No.
And does a 13 hit you, Xylek? I don't think so. No.
We got my shield up and my scaly hide. We got an AC of 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, your base is 16, right?
Yep. And then with the shield gives me a +2.
Okay, you got it. All right, so you feel this this impact on the shield, and it feels a little. It looked like a blade of some kind that hit, but it felt like a hammer hitting like a larger hammer hitting your shield.
Oh.
And it's a little peculiar. It strikes with just a little more impact than what you would have expected from a blade. It's kind of a scary feeling there.
Mm-hmm.
He rears back and tries to strike further below. Okay, and again, and you see it happening, and you can tell he's going to try and strike lower to get around your shield. You're able to quickly move out of the way accordingly, and you just feel this. You feel the wind, even with beyond scales and leather and layers of clothing and armor. You feel just this gust of force moving across your appendage, barely missing.
Okay.
The other ones, let's see.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Elspeth was supposed to be somewhere in here, but this is working out for me because She was
Oh,
actually
okay.
gonna.
That's right.
She was gonna wait for them to group up a little more because she doesn't
Okay.
have fireball prepared at all.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was we were going to swap because of
Yeah, swap in.
the initiative
Yeah,
piece.
and then I was
Okay.
trying to draw the circle to get ahead of things and drawing things and ended up deleting
Gotcha.
my token, so it got special. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll tell you what. I'll give you the choice. Since we missed your turn, you can go directly after this guy right now, or you can wait and see what the other three try to do,
Yeah,
and then
she's
take your turn
gonna.
right after.
Since they're all on the same initiative, she's gonna let them all go, and then she's gonna
Okay.
take her turn.
Okay. You got it. Sorry about that.
No, no worries. I'm gonna move it to
Mhm.
a 13 as a result.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So this one. Let's see. All right. Gonna have to spend at least half of the movement to get up off the floor, and then quickly moves in to engage the lizard folk, striking with a blade. Let's see, and that is a 19 on the die,
That'll hit.
and right through. All right. Roll some damage. All right, so it's 8 points psychic damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And let me see. Yeah, 8 points psychic damage at the moment. And we'll stick with that for right now. He rears back and tries to strike again. And that one is going to miss. Getting through that armor class. That is the trick. The other one, this one, gets up and wants to try and group. And it's going to move through to this space. And rears up and tries to strike. With an 18.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. And so 6 points psychic damage. He rears up, tries to strike again. And that one is a miss.
Cool.
All right. 2 hits on. And this one just kind of moves back to try and rally. Okay. And then we'll pass the turn to Elsbeth.
As I said, I did not prepare fireball today.
I don't know why you did. That sounds like a thing Elspeth should just have always prepared. I'm teasing.
If it will actually let me. Oh, it will actually let me move it to this one. It just gets bad when it goes out onto the grass there. So instead of fireball, Elspeth casts something that is legally distinct from fireball thanks to transmuted spell. So spell save is DC 15 for half damage. It is doing lightning damage.
Okay.
Actually,
That's fireball?
Effectively, yes. So.
Okay.
It's
is it exactly?
lightning ball.
Yeah, it is effectively ball lightning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
I like to imagine Elspeth in like court, like being like charged with like some sort of arson, or destruction of property of some sort. Just like I did not cast fireball legally. That was completely distinct from fireball.
Right. All right. So this one here fails, and this one here fails. The other two save.
Okay, so that says it's lightning bolt, but it does the same damage. And
Okay.
yeah, so that's 24 lightning, or 12 for those who save.
Okay. You got it.
And it It ignores resistance to that type.
Okay. So any lightning resistance, it's not going to help, right?
That's correct.
All right.
And she will use. Is that silly? Her tempestuous magic to simply fly over this desk to get closer to these fools.
All right.
Also, her eyes are sparking, and she looks worse than before. If you thought she was not nice before.
All right. Good.
I think Elspeth's beautiful. I never
All
said
right.
Elspeth. I feel like she would not appreciate the little tiny autognome giving her compliments like that.
Yeah. It's just one of those characters where you're not sure if you want to approach or not, right?
Exactly. Yeah. She may appreciate the compliment. I don't know. I'm scared.
Yep.
Scared to give it.
Yep. Yes. So the room just ignites with electric energy, and reverberates all throughout the room, and that electric bolt just reverberates all throughout your enemies, shaking them violently, causing smoke and steam to ignite about their frame. And they are left. Let's see. This one here is probably looking the worst at the moment. Looks rather shaken. They're kind of not with it at the moment. Anything else on your turn, Elspeth?
No, that was the action and the bonus action.
Okay. All right, it is good. So we'll pass the turn to Gilzaf.
Xylek.
To Xylek, right? Okay.
He has an 8.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep, there we go.
We're back at Xylek. Okay.
Yeah.
So Xylek, and then let me
Alright,
see.
So you said this one here is looking the most rough, yeah?
This one here. And everybody kind of sees it. He just looks barbecued.
All right. So as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Hungry Jaws racial ability
Mhm.
and take a bite at him. That's going to be a natural 20.
That's pretty good.
Well,
Because you didn't
yeah.
have punch yet.
So it's going to do 7 points of piercing damage. I regain 3 temporary hit points.
Okay. And how much was that again? Sorry.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
It's my bonus action. For my action, I am going to cast at first level Thunder Wave again.
Okay.
That's going to be a DC Constitution 16.
Okay. All right. So, quick thing: as your teeth sink into your enemy, you can feel at first. You feel the muscles of around, of your enemy around your mouth. You feel them tense up, and you sense kind of a flailing, and then the blood begins to kind of leak into your mouth as you taste your enemy's blood, and then your enemy just kind of starts to go kind of limp and falls lifeless before you.
All right. And then
Thunderwave.
Yep, Thunder Wave against the remaining 3.
Okay.
So it's con 16.
Okay. Give me a quick. Let's see. Passive perception. You can't help but notice just a faint change in the lighting. Your face was close to your enemy, kind of buried within their folds, and you couldn't help but notice, though. I mean, that maybe your eyes might have closed just a little bit as you bite, as your body strained on the bite, but you just couldn't help but notice there was just a faint, like a change in the lighting. That was just kind of like a bluish haze, and then maybe kind of a slight screaming sound, very faint, as this body goes limp within your jaws. And then thunderclap, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll center it. So I'll get the all remaining 3.
Okay. Spell save DC again.
Constitution 16.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that did not go well for them. They all fail.
So it's only 6 points of thunder damage, but they all
Okay.
will get knocked back 10 feet.
Okay. You got it. So this one feels the impact and is knocked back. Kaboom. And are they knocked prone?
No, it doesn't say so. I think it's
Okay.
just the knockback.
All right.
Can you pull them forward towards you next time so that I can get sneak attack bonus with them?
I could pull them forward, but that'll be a different spell. That would be my grasp and bind.
You don't want to do that.
Okay. All right. Okay, it is good. Anything else on your turn, Zylik?
Yes, I will use my movement. Get out of the way.
Okay. Very cool. All right. So we pass the turn. Is that so? Elsbeth, are you next? Right?
No, it should be Justice who.
Should be Justice.
Yeah,
And what was
he's-
Justice's? I have Justice at a 4.
Yeah, that's right. Because Zylek was at the 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, good. Good. All right, we pass to Justice.
I can't actually move him because B dragged
Oh.
him onto the map.
Right. Okay. Hang on a
But
second. Let me see if I can fix that.
if worse comes to worse, you can just delete him and I'll put him.
Yeah, I should be able to fix that for you. Go ahead and try and move it.
Got it. Justice is gonna mosey on down here.
Okay.
Where is he? He's gonna mosey on down to at least there.
Okay. Yeah, stepping into that room, you see kind of a grisly sight. You see a blood-soaked corpse here to your left, and then 3 of these just kind of just ghastly-looking factory workers, factory administrators. They're all kind of huddled together, trying to get their bearings after being knocked back by a thunderclap spell or a thunderwave spell.
As Justice walks by, I'll growl through blooded teeth. I believe they're dreamers.
Yeah, that sure, I'll ask about that later. I think I know what you
They have,
mean.
like, a dream
Mhm.
of being the best textile manufacturers ever.
And I think these guys are looking pretty rough at this point, I suspect.
Yeah,
Justice
they've seen better days.
Justice is a big boy and he's got them hit points and
Mhm.
he knows it. He's also
All
got a
right.
hammer, and I think he's gonna try to at least I don't know.
Mhm.
Kind of 50-50 whether he'd be trying to non-lethal these guys. So also
Okay.
that's kind of hard with a warhammer anyway. But he's gonna light into this guy right in front of him first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got it.
So that's a 24.
That is a solid hit. Correct. That sails through the air and lands directly square on the head of your opponent.
For 5 damage.
Okay.
And I think he's gonna lay into that guy again with his next one.
Okay. Second hit.
Yep.
Is that a
And
25?
10. Yeah, it was.
Okay. All right. 2 solid hits with the hammer, swinging through the air and coming on and just kind of crushing Just 2 crushing blows on your opponent.
I think he is going to. No, he'll stay right there. That way, if anyone tries to move through the door, he'll get the opportunity on him.
Okay.
But he will definitely make himself a nuisance.
All right. It is good. And then, all right, is that Elsbeth that's next? Is that right?
Oh, wait a minute. No, because Elspeth is after those 3, so we need to like resort so that the 20 is back on top.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
There we go.
Like so. There we go. Okay.
I did have one thing that I didn't realize because I forgot about it.
What you got?
Justice has a feet has the feet crusher. So this guy he slapped around.
Mhm.
He's gonna push him like to this square.
Okay. To this square?
Yep, that's the one.
All right. Good.
And then actually, given that, I think Justice would step back into the doorway to block it off with his butt.
Okay.
And
Very good.
that would provoke opportunity if that one wanted to take the reaction.
All right. That's awesome. I have to read this now. You are practicing the art of crushing your enemies, granting you the following benefits: an increase in your strength or constitution by 1 to a maximum of 20. Sorry, I won't do that to you guys. Excellent. All right. Well, they are crushed. It is good. We'll pass to Mark 5.
Okie dokie. I have my spells now. So.
Yep.
I am going to. How is everyone arranged again? Sorry, I have to go between.
That one.
Is this a touch or is this a ranged attack? Ah, this is a ranged attack. Okay, yeah, I think I'll just do this. Again, we're gonna Eldritch Blast. Let me move into a more advantageous position.
Okay.
Where do I want to move? I don't know.
You could get to like right here. Oops.
I know I can like. Yeah, that might be best. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I will Eldritch Blast. That guy on the bottom right there.
All right.
Alrighty. Alright, the first one is a 22, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, 22, and the other one, the second one's an 11.
Okay. All right. The 22 is a hit. The second one does miss.
Alright. It's a 6 force damage.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I want to see. Do I have anything that alters my?
Agonizing blast is normally the thing if you're
Yeah,
worn
I
out.
wasn't sure if I had like lancing or no. It looks like I only have agonizing blast. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's the one that adds your your charisma modifier to the damage.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could slow any of them down or anything like that, but no, but just
Okay.
that.
All right. Sorry, what was the damage again?
6.
All right. Good. So yeah, one of those goes right over his shoulder and just almost into the wooden door directly behind him, and the second one lands strictly within right within the sternum, dealing that much damage.
Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'll reveal the cards up my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't see them.
You hear your enemy yell out, "They're holding an ace!"
Thank you!
I am going to use my Form of Dread transformation as my character begins to rust up and oil begins leaking out of the eyes and the mouth. And I gain 13 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Oh, since I hit it before doing the Form of Dread, that does not take action. Okay, so that's all that's gonna happen then is, will just be the temporary hit points then for this turn.
Okay.
So I said
All right.
13.
Okay. Justice, you're in the room when you see this transformation. Tell me how Justice reacts.
What in the damn hell?
Yeah, that
Right.
sounds about right.
Yeah?
You all right over there, buddy? You don't look all right.
The only sound
Yeah.
is
That didn't come through. I'm assuming it was
Yeah,
an
it
ominous
did.
oh,
breathing.
my bad. Yeah, it was like just like that, like breathy, like ghostly air type of thing.
Okay. Right on.
You need a hand. You just signal, since apparently talking's not happening.
Yeah. I have to ask.
Go ahead.
I have to ask how much oil is leaking out of your eyes?
It's not like gushing, but it's like, you know, in like horror movies when it kind of like slowly drips down.
Right. Okay. Just enough for
yeah.
the effect, right?
Yeah, it looks
Okay.
like the oil of tears or something.
You got it. Very cool. So you notice Justice is somewhat taken aback by the transformation, yelling, "What in the damn hell?" And kind of shooken a little bit. Your enemies, they just kind of gaze at you. They don't seem to have the reaction that was there. In fact, they're not really reacting to anything. Honestly, they're just kind of staring and standing ready. It looks like, and that's when you notice their mouths are beginning to move a little bit, like they're whispering something. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Mark 5?
No, that was movement, action, bonus action. I'm good.
Okay. Awesome. We are to Gilzaf.
It looks like everybody else is going into the room, so I might as well.
Okay.
So these tables, how tall are they? Do I need to clamber over them, or?
Yeah, they're literally like fold up tables from Walmart. They're, just those like tables, 3 feet, 4 feet up above the ground.
Cool. So
You're
that means
pretty
that
sure you
they're
can move through
taller
them.
than
Yeah.
I am. Then 1, 2,
Yeah, you feel pretty confident you can move through those.
3. That's 15.
Yes.
Here for 20. And then I am going to do you think, being this close, he would notice if I sneak?
Well, let's try. We could try a stealth roll and see how we do.
Stealth roll.
Okay.
Hey, new note to self. When I order custom-made dice, make sure that the numbers are extremely distinct from the rest of the die.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
hard to
very
read dice
important
or-
with custom dice.
Oh yes.
Or like just the handmade
13
dice.
for 17.
For a 17, you're pretty sneaky, actually.
Ooh, haha.
All right.
Is
Yeah.
that usual to me? I feel like that seems unusual to me.
That you were undetected.
Right next to the person that I'm undetected.
Oh,
by.
sneaking up right next to each other. Oh, I let the dice tell the story on that one. So you just,
Okay.
I imagine you kind of sneaking in. You're about 2 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? I mean, you kind of scuttled in between, maybe moved back behind Justice there, and went straight for the desk. Moseyed in underneath the desk, and then kind of like crept out a little bit, taking a position.
Yeah.
Your enemies are focused on the action is kind of happening right here at the moment, because this Warforged just turned into a giant nightmare machine with that cries oil and is rusted and looks somewhat more meaner than it did a minute ago. So they're kind of focused on that at the moment. So with that, you were able to kind of sneak in there. They had not noticed you just yet, but you get a sense they probably will soon.
In that case, right before he does notice me, I am going to sneak attack a dagger into the back of his knee. I know D&D doesn't do like targeted hits, but that's where I'm targeting.
Okay.
But
your DM can kind of figure that out, right?
Yeah. I imagine it, since I don't tend to make it really obvious that I have daggers, I'm just sort of punching him in the back of the knee, but there's a... Okay.
You got it.
It helps if I roll to hit before I roll damage.
Okay. Yep.
Ooh, and I am sneaking, so that is advantage. The advantage was 1. Okay, plus 7 is 12. Right?
All right.
It's 12.
On the 2 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sneak up in there and you reach out with the dagger, and it's a good technique. It's a good swing, but the leg moves just a hair, and you feel it impact into something. But as you kind of focus your view on where it was you hit, you realize you hit this boot pocket, like this big old pocket that's right on the side of the boot. No damage to your enemy, but something's leaking out of the pocket. It might be whale blubber. It's hard to tell. It's kind of crazy. But no damage to your opponent. It was a hit. It was a solid hit on the boot pocket. It was a miss according to the die, but very sneaky.
As an interact with object, I would like to take some of the whale blubber, and just sort of like attempt to use it as a lubricant to see if that works. Just
okay.
I'm not injured or anything, so I'm not trying to heal myself. Just
okay.
Make my wrist extra slippy or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Reaching out with your hand, you kind of
out of a bad situation.
There you go. Oh, right on. Way to make lemonade. As you reach out, you can feel the whale blubber kind of seep into your hand and into the joints of your hand, and it kind of like suddenly your hand feels a little bit more nimble, I would say, and better lubricated. Well done.
If you happen to be paying no attention at all to the fighting and just to the small mechanical being, that looks like the mechanical version of a Pinocchio, I've just decided.
No.
You will see him completely flub that hit, but in a way that looks like he meant to actually hit the pocket,
Mhm.
like a cat. I apologize for not
Nice.
actually being able to do anything with that entire
Yeah.
action, but I did try. So
It'd be
turn.
cool though if you stood up and just said, "I meant to do that."
You're right.
Yeah.
I
Right?
am very. You know what? I was probably distracted by the very concerning robot.
Yes, indeed. There
Justice
are
is going
many.
Mm.
Go ahead.
to very mildly suggest that if you get closer to him, he can be much more helpful. That they turn on you.
I might
There
do
you
that.
go.
And just there we go.
All right. Yeah, it's awesome. Anything else on your turn, Gilzaf?
That is it. That's my turn.
All right. It's good. So this one, see how they're handling themselves at the moment. Okay, this one just kind of stands and stares blankly at the moment. His mouth kind of muttering something, just kind of moving incoherently. This one, let's see, how are you doing? There we go. Good enough. It will try. It does notice the small mechanical creature whittling about and noticing the whale blubber that has disappeared from his pocket, and decides to strike at Gilzath. We'll see how they do. Yeah, that's going to be a miss. Yeah, you feel this. You feel this whoosh of a passing weapon just above your head, Gilzaf. Looking up with the second one, and as you look up, let's see. Does a 19 hit you?
Does a 19 hit me? You know,
Yes.
normally that would hit me, and it is a
Mhm.
normal situation, so it does.
Alrighty, good. Yeah, I have your AC. Or sorry, I have your AC to 17, right?
Yeah, it's 17, so that definitely hits me.
All right. So yeah, as you look up to see what the heck happened, you just kind of get hit right in the side of the noggin uh, with a blade, dealing 6 points of psychic damage.
Justice is actually going to do the old interception there to reduce that.
Okay,
Thank you, Justice.
you got it.
So that is reduced by 8 to 0.
Okay,
I take -2 damage and heal 2?
there you go. So your head reels back from the impact of this blade, and it's the strangest thing. It was like being hit with a Nerf bat. It's kind of relieving.
Nice.
Some magic is at work here.
Magic
You know
of
what's
the protected
Alright.
paladin.
There you go. And this one can still move about. It will move to enter your space and strike at you. Let's see how it does. Okay, striking again. It misses, rearing back for its second hit. Also misses. Swoosh, swoosh. Falling blades sing about you, singing their song of death. But their chorus is without teeth. You are unable. You are unharmed.
They go right over my head.
Okay. This one, failing those attempts, is going to use the rest of its movement. Runs over to this desk and slams its arm down on the desk on what appears to be some kind of a console or like a button here. Hits a button and then turns around and just turns around and just kind of stares at the room and just observe what's going on. Its lips moving incoherently, perhaps speaking some incantation or saying something. It's hard to say, but they're all kind of in that state right now. They're all just kind of murmuring.
As a former merchant myself, someone who might be quite familiar with a storefront. I know this isn't technically it's a warehouse, but does this seem
Mhm.
like the sort of like a panic button that would exist in this
Mhm.
setting? Like,
Uh, yeah, it's possible. We could look at your. I'll tell you what. Choose. We'll put it to the dice. Have a look between your history or your intelligence, whichever one of those you'd rather use, and go ahead and roll that up. And since you have, yeah, go ahead and roll those.
okay, they're both the same, and they're both
Okay.
7
Okay.
because
So
intelligence is my dump stat.
okay. Yeah, not a problem. So yeah, it's definitely as you look at the wall, you do see what looks like a mechanism leading, up the wall and entering like a drilled hole through the wall, going into the wall at some point. And you're not sure what that is. I think maybe it could be maybe like an ordering button or a summoning button of some kind, to summon another staff member or whatever. But you're pretty certain it's not too hard to figure out. They might have been a call for help, but you're not real certain
Oh,
on that one.
in that case, as he moves over there to hit that
Mhm.
button, call for help buttons sounds like bad news bears for us. Um, I'm actually not sure if I can take an opportunity attack with a psychic blade.
Mhm.
It just says when I take the attack action, I can manifest a blade.
Okay.
Um,
And they did just take off. It wasn't like a disengage, but they were about here, and they quickly
yeah.
moved to here. So
So like,
Yeah,
mhm.
that would provoke, I would assume.
If your rulings permit it on your side, I'm good with it.
I don't see that it doesn't permit it,
Hmm.
so I'm gonna say it does,
Okay,
and
you go
I'm
ahead and
going
try.
to
Go
with
ahead and take a
standard
swipe.
dice. No, that's a 10.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so your blade sings through the air, uh, just out of reach, as they bolt away.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to
All
re-roll all
right.
my dice. They rolled really well at first, and now they're really crappy.
Right. Okay, I have us at Elsbeth. Is that right?
That's what I'm tracking.
All right. Good. Good. Tell us what you'll do.
Please ignore this roll first. Okay.
You look very
Um,
charismatic today.
that's there's a reason. So Elspeth is going to move into the room, but anyone who has watched her move before has not seen her move quite like this before. It is very purposeful. It is not her usual sort of role,
Mhm.
and her eyes are flickering a bit with lightning,
Mm-hmm.
and she steps right over there next to Gilzap and drops. I don't really even. Oh, I don't need to be there, but I'm gonna be there. That's fine.
If you use me as a conduit for your lightning,
Uh,
and then throw me at our enemies,
That would be metal. Get it? Metal.
haha, haha, I'm made of metal.
Mm-hmm. It's electrifying.
wow. Someday I need to remember how math works because that earlier circle I drew was in fact a. It was already big. That was already the correct one.
I think that D&D really makes you confront whether or not you are good at math and whether or not you're prepared for you to not be good at math.
I'm centering it on a point, and I'm centering it on a point so that it does that. So that point is going to be right about there.
I thought I was good at math until, I played.
Like, how hard could it be? Just adding and subtracting up to 20? Like, not that hard. You know how hard 6 plus 7 is?
6 plus 7 isn't bad. Anything plus 9 is bad.
Plus 9 is super easy. It's just 10 minus 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have problems
that's
with
like a whole
9. I do have
process.
problems with 6s and 7s.
So instead of thunder, it's a lightning variant on shatter.
Okay.
And so a con save versus 15.
Okay.
I played a lot of Solitaire 13, so I can add 6 and 7 together to get 13.
Ooh. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
2, 3. Alrighty, for these 3.
And that will be 21 for those who fail, 10 for those who succeed.
You got it. Alright, so this one failed. This one succeeded. This one failed.
And in addition to that, the Heart of the Storm that's ability that Storm Sorcerers do adds another 3 lightning damage to all 3 of them.
Okay.
And then she uses her bonus action to fly back 10 feet behind Justice.
Okay. So you said that was 20 and 10 plus 3 each, right?
Either 21 or 10, and then
Okay.
plus 3 to everyone. There's no resistance on that.
Got it. Okay.
Or no save DC on that.
Got it. Okay.
Or no save DC.
Okay. All right, you got it. Let's see. Okay. So these 2 are the ones that failed are barbecued. Their bodies are riddled with lightning, and it just kind of let's say it's like a sudden loud ringing noise. It's just like this painfully intense sound wave just reverberates through them and breaks them apart. And as you turn back, you all kind of see this with these 2. Their bodies break apart, and just for a moment, you see this personage, this aberration, kind of rise forth from their bodies with multiple little blue eyes that kind of that all kind of pierce through you, and then they disappear. We have. Go ahead.
I don't know if I can try because I already took my opportunity attack. Oh, sorry. I confused. I also confused which one was the dead one, so never mind. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the one standing before you is still alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's no real emotion coming from them. Usually, when you kill enemies, there's a reaction or whatever for those that remain,
Mhm.
and it's just like it's kind of a blank stare. All right. Anything else on your turn, Elsbeth?
Oh, but Justice is going to be the one who goes, I don't know, maybe we should just bonk this guy and drag him off somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
But
Take my presence
Elspeth's
to ask questions.
done.
Okay. Right. So Justin rises up. Xylek, it is your turn.
Oh crap. Kind of changes everything I was thinking of doing. I'll peek in the room, and after hearing Justice say that, like, do you really think we should try and just apprehend this guy?
I mean, I don't know. He's just kind of staring there. It seems not very sporting. Just crush a skull. I mean, we don't even know what's going on with some of these people. Maybe we can, not kill them all. I don't know. I'm not a wizard.
All right.
Mhm.
I might have something up my sleeve. We'll see. All right, I'll do what I can. Shucks, I'm really to just bog this guy down.
Mhm.
All right. What I'll do is I'll reach in, extend my claw hand to Justice, tap him on the shoulder, be like, I'm not quite the physical one out of the bunch here. So you may have to be the one to tie this guy down. And I will cast guidance.
Okay.
And I'll stay where I'm at, really.
Okay. Casting guidance on Justice? Okay.
So for the next minute, you can add a D4 to, attack roll, ability check, saving throw.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Justice, you begin to feel just this inspiration, this guidance. Not really inspiration in a legal sense in the game, but just kind of you feel inspired, you feel uplifted. Something has changed within you, and you can feel that guidance spell come into being within you. Okay. All right. And if that's it for your turn, Xyloc, we'll move to Justice.
Yep.
Okay.
So this
All
guy's
right.
just standing there staring into space.
He's just kind of observing, and you can tell they will attack again when they have that ability, when they're able to. But yeah, lips are just kind of moving, murmuring, and yeah.
I think Justice is gonna saunter on down here and do what we call a non-lethal bludgeoning.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Non-lethal bludgeoning.
Yeah. The first
Okay.
one will do 9.
Okay.
If he's still conscious, there will be more.
Okay. You got it. Let's see. So was that a
Or
25 to
not.
hit?
Yeah, it's a 25 to hit that did 9 damage. I assumed a 25 got it.
Right. Yep. 25 is
Okay.
good. 11 is a miss. 9 points.
Does guidance, is that just ability checks? It's not attacks, right?
No, it could be for attacks too.
Let's just roll that in there.
You want to run that in?
It's a D4, right?
Yes.
The 14 do it instead?
Oh no, it is only ability checks.
Oh, okay.
Only
Never
ability
mind.
checks. Okay. Okay.
I'm thinking of inspiration.
Or bless or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. But still takes the 9. All right. And yeah, so you pelt this guy in the head, and quickly turns around and looks at you as if knowing exactly what you're trying to do. And you just hear a voice, right? And it kind of translates within almost like it doesn't necessarily, not really an audible voice, but almost just like an impression, a message that you feel from this entity, saying, "I can feel the change in your attacks."
Anyone else hear that just now? No, just me.
Just Justice.
Hear what you hear in your
Hears it?
mind, because I still have a psychic connection with everyone.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Of course, it's just me.
Mm. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Justice?
I don't think so. I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any bonus action spells worth casting at the moment.
Okay. All right. Mark 5. This creature, this meat shield, is bleeding profusely. A broken, just a messed up body. and it kind of it has turned. It's made eye contact with Justice.
Okay.
Okay. Tell us what you'll do, Mark 5.
Now, Justice made it pretty clear that we wanted to try and capture this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Justice is suggested it as someone who has a kind of moral compass.
Has only suggested it.
He's put the idea out there. He's clearly trying to do it. I will, for the table, indicate that Saf is still looking like she is full of lightning and has shown no indication of remorse or
I've received no
possibility
orders. Got
of
it.
not electrocuting her or electrocuting it. Yeah.
I've received no orders.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
You're in charge of.
Saf is in charge.
Now.
What a terrible idea Justice had. Or Gilzap. Was that Gilzap?
Yeah. Gilzap didn't want to be the one giving orders. So
Oh.
they kind of shoved it off on the completely wrong person.
We're going to Eldritch Blast then. Oof. Okay. First one is a 15.
Okay.
The second one is lower, so does the 15 hit?
Okay, both are misses.
Okay.
Those beams of ghostly energy sizzle past between friend and foe, smashing into the wood and the crate and the wood and the desks just beyond your target.
I wanted to loot those afterwards. I do not say. I don't actually care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I really don't have a good bonus action, so that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it's a pain when it's just a straight miss. Any interact with objects? Anything else you want to do?
No, I have one clear goal, and it is kill right now.
Okay. All right then. Okay, we'll pass the turn to Gilzaf.
Well, I like Justice. Pretty cool dude, that guy. So I am going to attempt to follow what he said. And again, I'm going for the knees. I'm a very, very short person.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got it.
No, we don't want those. We want these two. Haha! I did it.
What you got?
I rolled good.
Excellent.
2 ones.
That is right. No, actually, when I had advantage earlier from being sneaky, my second roll was a 1, so that was annoying and fun. I have a 26 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, it's a solid hit.
Haha.
With your psychic blades?
One of my psychic blades. Right to the knee. Just because I
Okay.
have a lot of dice. If I need to do the second one, I might, but.
Okay.
And this
All right,
is
and the second one?
non-lethal if I can.
Okay.
It is 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, plus 4, 26 psychic damage, non-lethal if I can.
Okay. Okay.
Because the knee is full of brains.
Yeah, it is. All right. That is a lot of damage to the knee. The knee buckles, and this creature drops. It's out of hit points, and it falls lifeless before you.
Lifeless. Oh no, I tried not to. That's okay.
Okay. Yep. Falls limp.
Um,
Eyes are closed, and it's just kind of on the floor.
so then I am going to I guess holding it would be a grapple, and that's an action, so never mind about that. I'm gonna let Justice kind of be over that.
Okay.
And I am gonna go over to my new friend and say, "Hey, are you okay? You're leaking." And that is my turn.
Okay. All right, it's good. Let me pull us out of combat. And yeah, you're left with a quiet room. There's an intact enemy unit on the floor. Yeah, it just looks like a factory administrator, factory worker, perhaps, wearing like a like a leather garb, leather apron, and trousers, boots, work gloves, and whatnot. Of course, everything's kind of messed up and electrocuted and barbecued and smoking and bleeding. But there they are.
And leaking whale blubber. Is this the guy that with the boot?
Apparently, there was a pocket full of whale blubber,
Yeah. So there's also
which the dice dictated, by the way.
I am more focused on Mark V, but I will also let everyone know, whoever didn't see it, that that button, whatever that was pressed.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the last guy drops, the oil kind of like sucks back into the mouth and the eyes, and
Do it in reverse.
yeah.
Like someone pressed rewind on a horror film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love it.
Right.
And
Okay.
then I'm back to normal.
Okay. All right. That'd be awesome to see, like, oil like coming back, like defying gravity, and going right back into the slits of your eyes. Looking
Justice.
about the room, this is obviously. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that with this person out of commission, Justice was going to set about trying to tie him up, and Elspeth, I was going to have Elspeth inspect the panic alarm, as it were.
Okay.
I'd like to go up to the hogtied prisoner. And I'm going to attempt lesser restoration on it to try and try to clear whatever is affecting this creature.
Once
Just
he's tied
that
up?
helps at all. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, sorry, casting lesser restoration.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Justice, you tied them up, and then Xylek, you began kind of casting that lesser restoration spell, right?
Mhm. Yep.
All right. So you see just kind of a maybe color coming back into this person's face and whatnot, but still completely just I don't know, in a coma, unconscious, completely limp.
I'll try to. Wait. 0. So, in this period of time that we're all just kind of like settling down, I'm going to then cast. Well, none of us really got hurt, did we? Nobody's. I was the only one that got hit.
Wait, no, I
Yep.
didn't.
Oh,
You got
Just
beamed in the
just
back of the head.
yeah. And I got a couple hits in from those guys too.
Yeah.
Gilzaf, you got you hits too.
I got fake hit because Justice redirected it.
Ah. It's really freaking casting this stuff. It's just gonna be me. Yeah, I'll just try to wake him as easily and non-damaging that I can.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you could put it to try a medicine check.
Ooh, I'll put up those.
Mhm.
Plus 8 for me. We'll do the dark green one. That's a 19.
Okay. All right. So you can see throughout. There's there's a number of deep wounds and scarred up flesh. It's mangled, it's melted, it's electrocuted. This person should not be alive, and they're just kind of limp, unconscious, and you're not sure what magic or what awfulness is keeping this this creature in this. You can tell they're warm to the touch, like a live body. There's pulse, there's a breath, but the body is just mangled completely. Inspecting the torso and whatnot, you can tell that blades and spells have riddled this body and its internal organs with all kinds of damage. They shouldn't be alive.
But they are.
Okay.
In my observation, can I tell if there's anything mentally going on there? Like, can I rouse him out of unconsciousness, or is it just that they're completely flatlined?
It again. You kind of. It's not necessarily like a medical flatline. It's just kind of like a. There is like there's a pulse. I mean the wounds are there. You see like the pulsation of blood coming from the wounds, almost like it's still functioning. Like something is keeping that heart beating. They're just kind of in this catatonic state.
I'll look to Justice, be like, I'm not sure there's much more left upstairs for us to get any sort of information.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that these dreamers are being overtaken thoroughly, body and soul.
Well, I mean, I'm not big on mercy killing, if that's what we're talking about right now. Surely we can just like put him somewhere, right?
Tie him up and leave him.
I am well
I-
versed in the act of returning oneself to nature, so if you feel the need to turn away, you should do so. And I'll just prepare my claws and get ready to end the suffering of this.
Am I the only one who doesn't think that? I mean, clearly there's. And then he looks around and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the only one, aren't I?"
Hey, I tried.
Yeah.
I'm just now occupied with Mark 5. Sorry.
My restorative magic didn't seem to help anyway. There's just no lights on upstairs.
Yeah, and these are like the other ones where they're just gonna sort of crack open and that thing's gonna come out in it. Yeah, I'm gonna step outside and I'm gonna have a thought or two. I'm just gonna be over there and yeah.
So as he leaves, I'll kind of cradle. I'll go down on my knees and I'll kind of cradle the upper torso of this guy and put my hands around his head, and with a quick, swift, precise movement, I'll crack his neck.
Okay. All right. So with that swift crack, you feel the cracking of the vertebrae within the neck. The head kind of falls limp, being severed from its primary stem, and that's when there's a change about its countenance. The eyes open immediately and stare at you. And this is when you see it for the first time. You just see like the cracking coming from beginning at the forehead and running its way down, creating a great fissure about the corpse, and just this massive blue energy rises up from the corpse. Elsbeth, did you get that whisper?
Oh, yes, I was elsewhere. I'm just seeing it now.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
And that's when you just kind of see this massive shape envelop all throughout, just above the corpse. It looks like this. As soon as that uploads. Waiting. There we go. Like
Oh,
so.
That sure is a thing.
That it is. I'll bring a
Is it
larger picture.
corporeal?
Okay. It feels yeah, it feels kind of like a like an apparition. It looks like an apparition. You can kind of see through it a little bit. It moves about the room, and it's multiple eyes. Hang on a second. Let me bring in another image just real quick, so it looks a little better. Like so. I'll try to move that up a little bit. It rises up and just kind of moves about, and it kind of slithers on a long, on like a long tail. At the end of
yeah.
two large appendages, these muscular appendages coming out, and it's just got these massive claws. And its torso is lined with smaller arms. It looks upon you, and each of these little dots you see on its head is like a blue light, looking directly at each of you. It circles about the room, and its gaze kind of stops on each of you momentarily, and then its gaze stops at Elsbeth. Elsbeth, you feel a communication with this creature. Like I said, not necessarily words per se, but you just feel this message, this intent coming at you. Something to the effect of, as it gazes at you, it says, "Such raw talent, such a prize. You were held back for a specific reason. And soon, your purpose will manifest." It reaches out with a claw, and a beam of lightning shoots from it, filling your countenance, and it's an energy that you are all too familiar with. It is the same kind of magic that you wield, and it just kind of illuminates your frame for but an instant, and then everything is gone. It just disappears.
So
The room.
was Elspeth the only one who saw that, or could everyone see that?
Everyone could see that.
Okay.
Hmm. But what I sent you before in the whisper, that you're the
Yeah.
only one that sensed that. Hmm.
Okay, that's why I wanted to double check.
Yep.
And
Yep.
was that speaking, was that only heard by Elspeth?
I would say kind of everybody kind of felt that.
Felt it?
Yeah, everyone felt that. It's
Did it seem like psychic in nature, like similar to what I do? all?
yeah, it was definitely psychic. It
Okay.
was definitely a psychic communication. But it was like a shout, so it was like within
Oh, wow.
quote unquote earshot of everyone's mind. Hmm. Okay. Leaving the room to fall silent, and looking about, as you kind of piece together what just happened, you're left to kind of explore the rest of this place and see what mysteries you can unravel and see what happens.
I can't help but
Exactly.
still be kind of stricken by the visage we just witnessed.
Mhm.
And I'll look back to Elspeth, and is her character still like crackling with energy, or is that abated?
No, that actually ended when the guy went down.
Mm.
That was what one of the previous roles was.
I do let Justice know this what happened through our mental connection. So Justice isn't all by himself out there.
He does not seem like he was really happy to know that, I'll be honest. That did not make him feel better.
Less that the guy died and more that, hey, a creature just appeared. I may have skipped over the part where he appeared because somebody died. You know,
That still doesn't make him feel better.
fair. But at least he's a part of it.
Yeah. He's thinking about developing a drinking problem, I'll be honest.
No, that would be bad. He wouldn't be able to take care of Tia with a drinking problem.
Well, that's why he would have to choose.
I'll be fine.
Elspeth adopts her. No, no.
There you go.
Elspeth and
Just
Mark
visit
5.
the courthouse.
Yeah.
Elspeth just sort of stands there after all this and is like, right, well, and then she goes to look at the panic button.
Mhm.
To see
Yeah,
if there's
I'm-
like an off switch. Or a way she can electrocute it to turn it off.
I'm
Okay.
kind of well traveled, but not that well traveled. And I don't remember anything of what I experienced the day of the morning and like for several months afterwards. So I'm not going to recognize this if this was a creature from the mists. But do I recognize this? Would I have like? Also, hey Xylek, do you recognize this creature? Because I've never been to your country. What was that?
Yeah, tell me about where. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, I haven't a clue. Is there a check that I could make to see if I can recognize it at all?
Has anybody like? Well, tell me where you all have ventured, if you can imagine it. So, like, how far away from home have you all traveled?
I wouldn't have traveled out of home at all until I
Okay.
got this recent calling from the gods to
Okay.
travel.
You're in the
Blood swamp.
Blood Swamp,
Yeah.
and I only traveled where like the most populated like human settlements,
Mhm.
and then I was in I can't remember the name of the country where the morning like the mists came. I was
The
there.
Mornland.
Yeah, the Moorlands. I was there like the day of.
Okay.
Now
My
I
character
will.
does not remember anything from the mists though, so
Okay. And that's all Corvair, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See if there's a map of the book there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. So yeah, none of you really have any real recollection of this creature, of what you saw there at all. It was definitely some kind of an aberration. It was, kind of spiritual in nature. You could swear you kind of saw through it just a little bit. It was a little bit transparent. But yeah, a ghost, a spirit, something of that nature, grotesque looking. And it spoke directly to your mind, not so much to your ears. It appeared and disappeared in an instant. Yet it can rip bodies apart, whatever it was that it might inhabit. As if able to reach through that realm of the spiritual and into the corporeal.
Gross.
Hmm.
Perhaps with my background as a hermit, it does my feature of discovery says that I can work with the DM to determine the details of my discovery and the impact of it. Do you think perhaps this could ascertain to that feature? Says
Let's
you
put
might have uncovered a fact that has long been forgotten or unearthed some relic of the past that could rewrite
Sure.
history. It might be information that would be damaging to people who consigned you to exile, hence the reason for your return to society.
Okay. Yeah, so like a background, something that's associated with your background discovery, right?
Yeah.
Make a quick history check. Let's try that. We'll take that approach real quick. See if the dice have a story.
16.
About the thing that even comes to mind is just whispers of stories of creatures from far beyond the sea. Creatures that don't inhabit the physical realm; they inhabit the realm of dreams, and somehow, creatures that may have an ability to, after having gained so much power and so much ability all throughout the generations, having developed an ability to reach forth and cut a hole into our own world, and able to kind of step through and begin to wreak havoc. That's about all that really, but it was just whispers, tales told to frighten children. It's hard to say.
So I'll relay this information to the party and add on. While I was in seclusion, discovering my abilities and my connection with the divine, I was given brief insight upon these creatures, was commissioned to travel here to this society, out of my swamp, out of my seclusion. I believe that this could be the reason why the gods chose me to come here, to fight against this outworldly being, join forces with you a lot. Perhaps get rid of this invasion. Eberron.
There's an invasion.
It sure seems like this aberration that's been soul snatching the citizens of this town and seemingly spreading a contagious affliction that has affected so many so quickly.
And
Seems like
how-
an invasion. More of an invasive species, really. One that comes into an environment not of which it's natural to. Takes it over.
This warehouse is in a warehouse district, right?
It is. It's kind of an industrial district.
How close are we to the nearest message sending center?
There are message centers or message sending stations conveniently placed all throughout Fairhaven. So they're usually, they're like, usually you don't have to walk more than a few blocks to reach one.
A few blocks, though. Okay.
Did you want me to roll anything specific for the panic button, or
Yeah, you were having a look at that, right?
yeah, either to turn it off or to electrocute
Yeah.
it until it stopped telling people to come, or one of the whatever works.
Sure. Yeah, you bet. Looking at this contraption, it's kind of like your basic, just like your basic security button. If there's an issue, you do see this in like financial institutions or secure environments. It's a button that is sent to send a call out to the authorities. City watch in this case and whatnot. But as you look at this contraption, give me a quick active perception check, unless you're investigating.
I would prefer to be investigating.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd prefer
Okay.
you to be investigating too.
Yeah, we would all love you to be investigating.
As a
nice
bonus
job.
action,
That's a good
yep,
roll.
just about to say.
That's a bonus action. There you go. Lots of bonus investigations. Yeah, as you look at this contraption, it's and you know what these do. They call for help, right? Like the bank, when the bank's being robbed or whatever, that's the one that calls the police or whatever, right? This one seems to be a little. You've seen these before, Elsbeth, but this one seems to have been modified. The cables, the cabling, or whatever magic that works with it, that makes it work, have been changed up. Somebody has pulled the wiring out of the wall, reconfigured it somehow, retooled it. You can see like where they like removed part of the housing of the button contraption, and just kind of redid whatever happened in there, whatever magic was used, standard magic was used to run this. It's been changed and modified somehow. That line was put back into the wall, and it calls to someplace else other than just like the standard municipal security apparatuses.
I would like to blow it up
Okay,
with magic.
absolutely. Yeah, that sounds great. That's the coolest thing that has been said all night. I'm going to write that down. I would like to blow it up with magic. Excellent. How will you do so?
Depends on how freeform you'll let me get.
All right. I'll let you get just shy of unhinged freeform. So, like maybe about on a scale of 1 to 11, we're looking at about a 10.5.
Nice.
I guess the question is, how far can I go before I'm starting to use spell slots?
Oh, okay.
I'm not opposed to using spell slots, but I need to know
Yeah.
how far I can go before I use them.
Go. Sure. Yeah. I mean, you just want to destroy the thing, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
Elspeth views herself as a conduit to lightning.
Okay.
That may or
Yeah.
may not be true, but she sure thinks it. And so if you put enough lightning into something, it tends to blow up.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
this case, she would like to overload the cables until it fries everything.
You got it. Okie doke. All right.
And I can use sorcery points if you would like
Okay.
to emphasize that that's how we're doing it.
Okay. You got it. Yeah. Go ahead and implement whatever spell you'd like to use. And fire away. I'll narrate the result.
Since it's within touching distance, is there really an attack roll for something like Chromatic Orb?
I don't think so. We don't have to roll, at least not in like a non-combat situation.
Okay.
It's a stationary target.
Yeah, then that's basically what I'll use as the baseline for it, is the first level spell slot.
Okay.
And then just ram that in there, and then feed it sorcery points until it does what works.
Okay. You got it. All right. We don't have to use sorcery points. You begin to channel that energy directly onto your target, and something within you, you raise your hands to emit that lightning, and you are a little bit surprised at the result. It is an immediate. It just fries. It just kind of comes right into just ceases to be after a quick like flash and a bolt of lightning. It just destroys this mechanism, and it was the effect. Let me see here. Let me check your stat. Yeah, it's you notice that it was almost effortless. You were thinking about spell slots and sorcery points, all of these resources that your character delves upon to cast this magic. It was effortless, actually. It's immediately destroyed, fried.
Well, I'm not convinced they weren't listening in. Normally I don't go up blowing up everyone else's things, I promise. But that one needed to go.
Gilzaf doesn't have eyebrows installed on his model. But he's thinking about next time he's in the marketplace buying some so that he can raise them at you. In disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you try to harness the lightning elemental on a train one time?
No. Yes. I also drove that train, and I drove it damn well.
So
Indeed. Yeah, and with that, there is a there's a pause about the group as everyone kind of stares at this broken, burnt husk that was once a security button feature or a security button mechanism. And once again, the room falls silent, except for that faint noise coming from someplace far away. A scuttling, a yelling, a screaming. Somebody's here. Somebody's out, and something dwells in the depths of this place. And we will find out what that is just beyond these doors and just beyond these walls of this room in our next session, which will be in just 2 short weeks. Does anybody have anything they need to do or take care of before we close for the night? All right. So yeah, with that.
I'll just cast healing word upon myself. Or cure
Okay.
wounds.
Okay.
I bump myself up back to practically full.
Okay, you got it. Yeah. Running cure wounds, gaining back those hit points. You feel much better. And with that, we'll go ahead and close the session. Sorry, what was that?
I was wondering if I could take a look at the daggers or their weaponry to see why they were imparting such a greater effect, but we can do that.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you now. They look pretty plain actually at first glance. So you may have to next week you can kind of spend some time kind of trying to deduce and figure out why they were hitting with such a higher impact. They do look very common blades. All right. Cool. All right. So with that, we will close out for the night. I'll go ahead and hand the floor back to our gracious host, Beluga.
All right, thank you everyone for joining for another fun night of Dream Dealers of Fairhaven. We will be back in 2 short weeks. Wednesday the 21st, I believe. Just double checking. Yep, Wednesday the 21st. So, till then, we are actually currently in discussion with one of our Thursday groups about returning to our Avatar The Last Airbender campaign. So keep an ear on social media or an eye on social media for when we decide on a date. But otherwise, yes, we will be back here in 2 weeks on the 21st. But for now, I am Beluga, your guildmaster here at the Role Players Guild. To say goodnight, I play Mark 5, the Warlock. To you, Alex, with Laura on deck.
I am Alex. I'm playing Xylix Searster, the nature druid cleric. No, I said that wrong. I'm your cleric multi-class. Laura, to you.
Oh, I'm Laura. I'm playing Gilseth. He's a little autonym. He's also a soul knife. I think I got it right that time. With intelligence as a dump stat, like it always is with all my characters except for the last one. Now it's Bee's spouse's turn.
I am Bee's spouse, it's true. I also have intelligence as a dump stat, both on Elspeth, the person who likes lightning too much, and in real life. But I was also taking care of Justice on behalf of Bee, who has a thing for apples because he knows a bit about them and also talks like this, so you can distinguish him from the normal run-of-the-mill people who are causing death and destruction with storm clouds. And on that note, over to you, Jason.
All right, thanks so much. Once again, always so fun to play with you guys. Really appreciate it. Nice job handling the combat tonight, and really cool role-playing. And we will do it again in just 2 short weeks. I am Jason, signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.